Omega has unveiled a new first Omega in space model, and the Speedmaster community is abuzz with excitement. This fresh release provides us with the perfect opportunity to take a comprehensive look at the current state of affairs. We've observed some intriguing shifts in the watch market recently, and the Speedmaster has not been immune to those changes. With this new model making its debut, we have an ideal chance to examine how Speedmasters are performing across the board. Are they holding value steady, reaching new heights, or experiencing a downturn? But we're not going to stop there. We're taking our analysis a step further and using this market data to project how the new model might perform in the secondary market. Will it follow in the footsteps of its predecessors, or could it chart its own unique course? Let's talk about it. My channel is about providing independent market analysis. I'm not a watch dealer, and I don't do paid posts or sponsorships. I'm an economist who loves watches. Now, before we dive into our full market analysis, let me give you a taste of what we're dealing with here. Take a look at this stunning Omega Speedmaster moon phase chronograph in yellow gold. It's a beauty. This watch, with its retail price of $35,600, is currently selling for $18,700 in the secondary market. You heard that right. It's dropped a whopping 48%. We're talking about a difference of nearly $17,000 for a precious metal Omega with advanced complications. Now, you might be wondering, how on earth did this happen? That's exactly the question we're going to explore today. How can a watch of this caliber with its master chronometer, chronograph movement, and moon phase complication lose almost half its value in the secondary market? Now, you might be wondering, how can we answer such a complex question about market trends? Well, I've done something that no single watch dealer can provide: a comprehensive market analysis of the entire Omega Speedmaster line. I've analyzed data from 74 different Speedmaster references. That's right, 74 models, each with 11 different data points. We're talking about a data set that covers everything from case materials, 9 different types, by the way, to dial colors with 12 variations. The case sizes range from a modest 38 millimeter all the way up to 45 millimeter, and water resistance varies from 30 to 100 meters. This level of detail allows us to paint a complete picture of the Speedmaster market. It's not about one dealer's inventory or a handful of popular models. This is the full scope of what's happening with Speedmasters right now. So here's what we're going to cover today. First, we'll dive into a complete market update. We'll look at overall trends, discuss how different case materials and complications are performing. Second, I'll share my top picks for the highest discounts currently available. If you're in the market for a Speedmaster, you don't want to miss this. We'll also look at the most affordable models for those wanting to enter the Speedmaster world without breaking the bank. Finally, we'll use all this market data to make an educated estimate of how the new first Omega in space model might perform in the secondary market. We'll consider its features, how similar models have fared, and current market conditions to give you my best projection. Now, take a look at the big picture. This graph shows the Omega Speedmaster index from November 2022 to October 2024. And folks, what we're seeing here is pretty remarkable. The trend is clear. Speedmaster prices have been on a steady decline since their peak in April of 2023. In fact, we're now seeing prices at an all-time low. Just look at how that line has been dropping consistently over the past year and a half. We started at about 10,800 in November 22, saw a peak of about 11,000 in April 2023, and now we're hovering just above 10,400. You might be wondering, why are we seeing such steep price declines in the Speedmaster? It's a great question, and it's not a simple answer. There are several factors at play here, including broader market conditions and some specific issues related to Omega's marketing strategy. In fact, I did a deep dive into Omega's marketing mistakes in a previous video. If you're curious about the details behind, I highly recommend you check it out. It'll give you some valuable insights into how brand decisions can impact market prices. But for now, what you need to know is this: Omega prices are at their lowest point in recent history. For collectors, this could represent an unprecedented opportunity. For current owners, it might be a cause for concern. Either way, it's a situation that demands our attention. Now, let's take a closer look at how different case materials are performing in the Speedmaster market. This chart shows us the weighted average discount from retail price to market price for various materials, and there are some surprising insights here. First off, we're seeing a pattern that's become familiar across high-end Swiss watch brands. Yellow gold is taking the biggest hit again. Speedmasters and yellow gold are showing an average discount of 43% in the secondary market. That's a big drop from retail prices. What's particularly interesting is that titanium models are holding their value better than any other material, with an average discount of only 24%. This is somewhat unexpected. Typically in the sports watch market, we see stainless steel models maintaining their values best, but here steel Speedmasters are showing a 33% discount, placing them squarely in the middle of the pack. It's worth noting that ceramic models, often prized for their scratch resistance and modern appeal, are also seeing significant discounts of 37%. These trends give us valuable insights into current buyer preferences and market dynamics. Now let's take a quick look at the complications and features in our Speedmaster dataset. This chart gives us some interesting insights into how different features are represented in the market and how they are valued. First, addressing the date function. We can see that out of our 74 models, 44 have a date functions while 23 don't. Interestingly, the average discount for models with a date function is 36% compared to 33% for those without. This small difference suggests that the presence of a date function doesn't impact significantly the market value of a Speedmaster. It seems buyers aren't placing a premium on this feature. Now, let's take a quick look at how water resistance affects the Speedmaster market. This chart breaks down our data into three categories: 30 meters, 50 meters, and 100 meters of water resistance. What's immediately striking is that the majority of Speedmasters in the data set, 40 out of 60, have a water resistance of 50 meters. These models have an average retail price of $15,000, a discount of about 35% in the secondary market. The 19 models with 100 meters of water resistance have a lower average retail price of $9,000, but are experiencing a slightly higher price decline, higher of 36%. Interestingly, there's only one model with 30 meters of water resistance, priced at $5,900 and showing a decline of 31%. Now, what's crucial to note here is that despite the differences in water resistance, the price declines are relatively close to each other, ranging from 31% to 36%. This suggests that water resistance, somewhat surprisingly, doesn't have a major impact on the market price of Speedmasters. While we've seen that water resistance doesn't significantly impact market prices, there are some interesting findings here. Now, we're moving into the top three Speedmaster references with the biggest discounts. And if you're thinking, wait a minute, haven't we seen this watch before? You're absolutely right. This is the same stunning timepiece we teased at the beginning of our video. Remember that beautiful yellow gold Speedmaster moon phase chronograph? Well, it turns out it's not only a great example of current market trends, it's actually the Speedmaster with the biggest discount in our data set. As we saw earlier, this high-end piece is currently selling for $18,700, a whopping 48% below its retail price. That's a discount of $17,000. Ouch. This watch perfectly encapsulates many of the trends we've been discussing throughout our analysis. It's in yellow gold, which we've seen is taking the biggest hit in the current market. It features a complex moon phase complication and carries the prestigious Master Chronometer certification. Moving on to our second biggest discount, we have another fascinating example that further illustrates the current state of the Speedmaster market. The Speedmaster Moonwatch Coaxial Dark Side of the Moon is showing a remarkable 45% discount. The ceramic model, originally retailing for $12,800, is now available on the secondary market for $7,000. That is a pretty big drop, about $5,700. This watch is particularly interesting because it represents a different segment of the Speedmaster line compared to our top discounted model. While the previous example was a traditional precious metal piece, this is a modern ceramic model with a unique dark side of the moon design. The substantial discount on this piece tells us a few important things about the market. First, we can see that the trend of high discounts isn't limited to gold models. Even modern materials like ceramics are seeing significant price drops. Additionally, this shows us that special editions and unique designs, which often command a premium, are not immune to current market pressures. Rounding out our top 3 discounted Speedmasters, we have the Speedmaster Professional Moonwatch Canopus Gold. This stunning white gold model is showing a substantial 44% discount right now. Originally retailing for $55,500, this luxurious timepiece can now be found for $31,000. That is a staggering discount of $24,500. This example reinforces the trend we've been seeing with precious metal Speedmasters like its yellow gold counterpart we saw earlier. This white gold model is experiencing a significant devaluation in the current market. Omega's proprietary white gold alloy is known for its bright white color and high purity. Despite these special characteristics and the prestige associated with it, the market seems to be treating it similarly to standard white gold models. The presence of this watch in our top 3 discounted models highlights that even the most premium offerings in the Speedmaster line are not immune to the current market pressures. Now, we've looked at the biggest discounts. Let's shift our focus to the most affordable Speedmaster models currently on the market. Our top spot for affordability goes to the Speedmaster 38 reference 324.30. I'll put the reference number on there. Omega, please give us a break, with these reference numbers. This model is currently available on the secondary market for only $3,200, which represents a significant 43% discount from its retail price of $5,600. That's a savings of $2,300, making it an incredibly accessible entry point into the Speedmaster line. Despite its affordability, it doesn't skip on water resistance, offering 100 meters of protection, the highest we have in our selection. The white dial and date function add to its everyday wearability. Moving on to our second most affordable Speedmaster model, we find ourselves looking at another Speedmaster 38, this time with a reference 324.30. You see the rest on screen. This model is currently available on the secondary market for $3,500, representing a 38% discount. That's a savings of over $2,000, making it another highly accessible entry point into the Speedmaster line. It's also a steel case with a 38 millimeter diameter, 100 meters of water resistance, and includes a date function. The key difference here obviously is the dial color. This model features a black dial instead of the white dial we saw on the previous model. Completing our trio of most affordable Speedmaster models, we have the Speedmaster Coaxial 38, reference 324.30.38, the rest on the screen. This model is currently available on the secondary market for about $3,800, showing a 32% discount from its retail price. While it's the most expensive of our affordable trio, it still represents a significant savings of $1,800 from the retail price. Once again, it's a 38 millimeter case diameter, 100 meters of water resistance, and a date function. The standout feature here is the blue dial, which adds a touch of variety to our affordable lineup. To wrap up our analysis of the most affordable Speedmaster models, I've included this comprehensive table of the top 10 most affordable options. This list is provided for your reference, offering a broader view of the accessible end of the Speedmaster market. It can serve as a useful guide for those considering entering the Speedmaster family or for enthusiasts interested in the current market trends across various models. Now, let's get to the part you've all been waiting for, the projected valuation of the Speedmaster first Omega in space new release. This is where things get really exciting as we try to peer into the future of this potentially iconic timepiece. The first Omega in space is a special model that pays homage to the first Speedmaster worn in space by astronaut Wally Schirra in 1962 with a retail price of $7,900. It's positioned in the mid-range of the Speedmaster lineup. Looking at our projections, we have 3 scenarios to consider. In the most optimistic scenario, we're looking at a future market price of around $7,500, which is only a 5% decrease from the retail price. This suggests that in the best case scenario, the watch would hold its value exceptionally well. Our more realistic projection puts the future market price between $6,700 and $7,000, representing a 10 to 15% decrease from retail. This aligns more closely with the trends we've been seeing in the broader Speedmaster market. The conservative estimate suggests a potential drop to $6,300 a 20% decrease from retail. While this might seem a lot, it's actually less severe than some of the discounts we've seen on other models. Several factors contribute to these projections. The first, Omega in Space designation adds a layer of collectability that could help retain its value. Additionally, its modern 3861 caliber movement and METAS certification are technical positives that appeal to enthusiasts. However, it's important to note that as a non-limited edition, it may be more susceptible to market fluctuations than some more rare models. We're talking about one of the most iconic timepieces in horological history. The Speedmaster isn't only a watch, it's a piece of space exploration history, engineering marvel, and timeless design all rolled into one. Owning a Speedmaster means wearing a watch that's been to the moon, symbolically, that has timed critical missions and that has adorned the wrists of astronauts and pioneers. It's a connection to some of humanity's greatest achievements. See you in the next video.